So in Kali Yuga, in the olden ages, the number of such atheistic people was very less. And so therefore the Lord could afford to advent and kill such people, and the rest of the people could practice dharma freely without any inhibition. Because the nature of these atheistic people is they will suppress, they will oppress, they will torture people who want to follow dharma. That is their nature. Very oppressive and authoritarian kind of people. Whereas the devotees are very free, they allow people to express themselves, to develop their relationship with the Supreme Lord, live a life of peace and harmony in cooperation. These are all the hallmarks of a dharmic centered civilization. Not only human beings, even animals are given respect. So yesterday there was a news about in Kerala there is one lion who is the oldest lion. He is about 18 years old. Lions generally live in captivity for about 17 years. So this lion has crossed 18 years. So there was a whole article about him, how this lion was transferred from the Vandalur Zoo in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, to Kerala some years back. And when he was taken to Kerala, he was very ferocious, and he killed another lioness. And then afterwards, about 2 years back or something, 2 years or 1 year back or something, the lion fell completely paralyzed. And then all the zoo officials, they all got together and they did a lot of physiotherapy, a lot of medicines, injections, and spent several months. And finally, they managed to resuscitate him, and they managed to bring him back to normalcy. So he is now able to walk and all those kind of things. So now he has calmed down. And the officials are saying now we are taking utmost effort to ensure that he is always free from stress, so that his quality of life improves and his lifespan extends. How many lakhs of rupees the government is spending on him, I don't know. But it must be definitely a good sum. So you can imagine a lion in captivity who was known to be very ferocious, not contributed one single paisa worth of anything to the society. The government is so keen to protect him and take care of him, extend his lifespan and improve his quality of life. Such a caring government. The same government, on the other hand, what they will do, they will open slaughterhouses and kill cows. The cows are giving so nutritious milk. They are so useful for the society. Their cow dung, if you utilize as a fertilizer, very, very essential. Otherwise, the land will become infertile, it will become non-productive, it will become barren. It is a very common practice among, even today, if you go to the villages, if you go and ask any agriculturist worth his salt, you ask him how agriculture is carried out, he will say half the field, the field will be divided into two parts. Half the field they will cultivate for 1 year, the other half they will grow grass and allow the cows to graze. Next year they will switch. The portion which they cultivated, they will grow grass and leave it to the cows. The other portion they will cultivate. This way the fertility of the soil is maintained. Otherwise not possible. Otherwise you keep on putting chemicals, chemical, every year you have to keep increasing, just like, intoxicant. You take alcohol, first time how much, small quantity you will get kick. Next time you will have to increase it. Next time you have to double it, triple it. You have to keep increasing the quantity to get the same level of effect. Similarly, the chemical fertilizers are also like that. Today, if you used 1 kg of fertilizer to get 100 kg of some product, next year you will have to use 1.5 kg, next year 2 kg, 3 kg, it will keep on increasing. After a certain point, it will become uneconomical. So the only way to sustainable way of farming is cows have to be there. Even if the cows don't give milk, their grazing and their cow dung are most essential to keep the soil fertile, to be able to have sustained agriculture. So the cow is such a useful animal. Now cows have to be killed. Most useless animal, lion, has to be protected at all costs. Quality of life has to be improved. Its lifespan has to be increased. So much effort. These are all the products of an atheistic civilization. So this civilization cannot last. It is not sustainable. It will not last also. The Lord will not allow it to last also. He will take steps to chastise such kinds of people. So everything has become topsy-turvy in the today's world. In the olden days, the dogs would always be kept outside the house. They would never be allowed to come inside the house. Not that they would not take care of the dogs. Dogs also, they will give something to eat and all that. But the dogs have to be kept outside the house. They cannot enter the house. Inside the house, keep cows. Why? Because very healthy to keep the cows. Even modern, Ayurveda and all that, when people have certain nervous disorders or psychological disorders, they say if you are in the vicinity of cows, the smell of the cows, being in the vicinity of them, it helps. Medically also it helps. So being, bringing cow into the house, you will never get any diseases. So today what we have done, we have sent the cows out of the house, put the dogs inside the house and invited all kinds of diseases. Living with dogs brings all kinds of diseases. But we want to keep dog inside the house, and a cow which can give you all health, we want to keep outside the house. So dog has become the best friend of humankind. These are all the products of complete, lack of understanding of how the world is designed to work. And such kind of atheistic civilization will only result in diseases, distress, increasing the miseries, increasing stress, increasing all psychosomatic diseases. If we are inviting miseries, already this material world is a miserable place. On top of that, what we are doing, Abel, mujhe maar. We are inviting, come, I'm waiting to get hit. So this is a total crazy civilization.